Welcome back, and thanks for tuning to Buds and Brews, episode 7. It's going to be a bit of a different episode. I know I say that every episode, but the brews today aren't going to be alcoholic. We're taking cold brews, Gloria Jean's coffees, and Dunkin' Donuts. My guest today is my one and only lovely mother,
Thanks.
Wendy. What do you do?
Well, thanks, Eric. Well, first of all, I love being a spouse to my husband, Fred, and the next thing I love doing is being your mom and Taylor and April's mama. And then everything else just falls into place.
Well, which one do you want to try first?
I think this Gloria Jean's.
The Gloria Jean.
Kind of a butter toffee.
So you're a
flavor.
big coffee drinker. You drink coffee every morning?
Every morning, Eric.
Every morning.
Sometimes in the afternoon.
How long did you brew this coffee for?
So it tells you to start in the evening to put cold water and then put it in the fridge with the coffee grounds of your choice.
This is the Gloria Jean, you said?
Mm-hmm.
They're butter toffee?
Yes.
So kind of explain the process, what you have to do. You can take any bean, any kind of coffee bean.
You can take any coffee bean from what I've been studying and, or ground coffee. And but it's like double the recipe of this if you were to brew, a hot brew. So you just put in your coffee grounds, add your cold water. You can put it in a mason jar as long as you have a filtering system the next day when you're ready to taste or drink. Or I like my French press. And put in your coffee beans, add your cold water, and put it in the fridge.
You just kind of
overnight.
Let it brew in cold water, essentially.
Yeah.
Kind of why they call it cold brew.
Yep.
Some benefits from cold brew is you get a little less acidity in the reaction, in the mixture, and then it's more caffeinated. It has a higher caffeine content. It also kind of helps release a lot of the flavonoids and terpenes and stuff like that that's kind of locked into the hot brewed coffee. Doesn't quite get released or expressed. So the cold temperatures kind of help solubilize that. It also helps to not solubilize some of the flavors you don't necessarily want in, say, a hot brew coffee. You get all that bitterness. Well, it doesn't solubilize that bitterness in the cold brew. It just makes it easier to drink, I think, anyway.
And it's a little easier, they say, some people can't handle
Yeah, because I
it on
can't
your
drink
stomach.
coffee all the time, and because it upsets my stomach. But I think with the less acid and the lower acidity, it'd probably help that. I never really thought about that until I wanted to do this episode and been doing a bunch of research, and yeah, I think that might be beneficial for me. I get kind of tired in the mornings. So let's see what this tastes like.
I think this will wake you up.
It smells like buttered toffee.
Let me see here. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. It is a lot sweeter. A lot sweeter.
Oh, yeah.
You definitely taste a whole lot more flavors.
Oh, yeah. I mean, every kind.
I feel like
Can you taste the toffee?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm kind of thankful that I chose this kind after I've visited with you this morning, that you've been making a lot of cinnamon rolls and you've kind of started your own little caramel recipe. And so after you kind of shared that with me this morning earlier, this butter toffee maybe kind of hits that. Sometimes you can even purchase a caramel coffee. What do you think? You like it?
Yeah, I definitely like it. I think I'm gonna have to try some more Gloria Jean. They've been making coffee for 30 years. Neat. Well, let's go to the next one.
So this one was, already, it was the grounds. It wasn't the coffee bean.
Well, you pretty much we kind of cheated and took apart a couple K-cups, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, because, again, I wanted to try that. I just wondered if we would taste that butter toffee.
Yeah.
If we could say.
Oh no, I definitely taste the butter toffee. Yeah. It's not quite like beer where they say, yeah, you're gonna get some coffee tones and caramel tones. But no, man, it just pretty much tastes like beer. I can kind of make it out a little bit, but yeah, for the most part, I don't know. It definitely doesn't taste like butter toffee beer. But I like this.
The one episode that you were doing with your one brew beer, where you said, oh, this tastes like coffee.
Oh, that real thick one. Yeah.
I was thinking, you can bring me that. I want to try that. See if I can
Yeah.
taste the coffee.
You might taste the coffee, but I think you get real sick of the taste after a while. That's kind of what happens to me in microbrews.
So, Eric, I like cream in my coffee.
Yeah.
I don't think I need cream in this one.
I don't think I'd put cream in it either.
I like it.
Why would you add cream to? Because
It's just
the
wonderful.
reason you add cream is to make it sweeter anyway, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, all right, let's move on to the Dunkin'.
Yeah. So I wanted to get.
How do you pour this French press? Let me just-
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Here, let's turn this lid a little
Oh, you
bit,
gotta
so
turn
in
it.
case you.
I've never seen a French press work, so when you push that down,
You can use the French press for cold brews or for the hot. Of
what
course,
does
you
it-
got to
what
be
does
careful
the French
with
press
that.
do? Just kind of help extract it better, extract the
I
coffee
think,
better.
yeah. And I used your neat little coffee pot that you gave me for Christmas.
Oh,
last
the
year.
one where it's just this glass.
Beautiful. And then it has the
What
filtering
do you call
system.
like a double beaker glass thing? It's got
Yeah, it looks like that.
like an hourglass looking deal, and you put it's got a filter in the top.
It's like I get a lot of, people say, "Well, can't you just use a regular coffee pot? Isn't that easier?" And
Well, sure you can.
my husband, one of them, and so I told Fred one morning because sometimes I have to boil the water,
Mm-hmm.
and then just pour it over the grounds, and it's ready. And Fred goes, "Well, wouldn't it be easier just to use a regular coffee pot?" And I says, "Well, first of all, this is a wonderful gift that our son gave us, so I cherish that. But I said it tastes better." So now when the water is whistling and it's ready, and I'm, getting ready for work, Daddy pours that and gets my coffee ready for me. It's just so exciting.
It makes you feel more involved in the whole process. Plus, you get to watch it like trickle down through the coffee grounds. I don't know, it's kind of cool.
And then you can just steep it there. And when I have guests, when one of my siblings comes and he makes the coffee, and he just lets that sit so it gets stronger. And he even agrees that it's a better taste, it's a better sip. So okay, this one,
Yeah.
it's just kind of a.
It just says rich and smooth. Doesn't really have a whole lot of flavor description on it.
Now,
but-
this particular one, it says that it is for cold brew.
Yeah, this is a specifically designed cold brew. I don't know about specifically designed, but yeah. It says cold brew on the
Cold
package.
brew.
So.
And it's not like already where you can just purchase a bottle of cold coffee and pop it open. This you do also in the fridge overnight.
Okay. Neat. I always thought you're supposed to do cold brew at room temperature, but then that kind of takes away from the whole cold brew name.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's any difference letting it sit out overnight versus sitting it in a fridge overnight.
I don't know, because it's still real strong. That was my fear. Was thinking, it's gonna be strong enough.
I'm sure it's definitely strong enough. Well, from all the research I've done, it's absolutely stronger than regular.
And
hot
and
brew.
they say that it's a little more expensive to do a cold brew because you're, like I said earlier, you're doubling, sometimes even tripling your
Right.
grounds.
But I feel like you don't have to waste as much.
Well, I don't
just
think
stick
you
it
have to
back in the
drink as
fridge.
much.
Well, yeah, there you go. That's a good
If
point
you're
too.
wanting some
That's a
caffeine,
great point.
There you go. All right.
Smells like coffee.
Woo. This is strong. This one I'd have to add some cream.
This one has a little bit more of a bitterness to it. This one kind of tastes much of a difference between this and just regular coffee. That first one though, oh my goodness.
The butter toffee.
It's a medium roast. What kind of roast is this?
Sure.
What's the difference between Arabica and Colombia coffee?
I would have probably destination, I
Yeah,
suppose,
I don't know.
where it was originated, perhaps. I don't know.
Well, if it's like Hawaii, I mean, some things grow in Hawaii a lot better than other places just because of the soil that's there. So it might have something to do with it.
Maybe it is.
I'm
the
sure it
soil.
has. It's got to have something to do with it.
I would think that will be a neat study for you.
Yeah, I'll have to.
Look into.
Yeah. Might edit it, come back in the same episode and explain.
Yeah. That's a good idea. This one would be one where I would add a little bit of cream.
Yeah.
I'm going to try it with a little bit of cream.
Yeah.
Whipping cream is my favorite. Let's just go all out for the calories, Eric.
What's the difference? Is there differences in cream?
Well, whipping cream is just like if you separate the cream from the cow's milk, it's cream. So if it's half and half, pretty sure there's maybe 2% milk added to it, perhaps.
Don't taste much of a difference.
You're not.
With the cream added.
Well, I like this design that the cream is putting in. If we had clear coffee cups, we could see that really neat design.
I remember the first time I ever watched you mix your cream with the coffee. I was so young. I thought that was the coolest thing. Remember me doing? It's like, that is really cool. Just watching it swirl around the cup. I had to been like 7, 8.
It is. I still do. I'm still fascinated.
Yeah, it's neat.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Well, this is wonderful. I love coffee, so if you're not a coffee drinker, it might be kind of hard with the plain coffee. With the little flavor.
When did you start drinking coffee?
This is a neat question. Okay, so my parents were not coffee drinkers, but I had grandparents that would come and visit with us on a Sunday after church, probably one time a month. They came from North Platte, and he always had his coffee thermos full of his coffee that he'd bring down. And my parents are ranchers, so they had milk cows, and so we had fresh cream, separated from the milk. And so he'd come down, and I always got a half a cup of his coffee with a half a cup of cream.
How old were you?
So I was probably like 4 or 5.
Oh my gosh.
And this was something I loved and enjoyed. It's a neat little memory. And
yeah. So you had me when you were pretty young in high school.
Yep.
How was that? Did you have to have a lot of coffee?
I had a wonderful support team. Wonderful support, and my parents and your dad's parents. And so, actually, I don't think I could drink coffee when I was carrying you. And then afterwards, coffee.
That
I don't feel like I need it every day. I did a Daniel 21-day fast, and that's given up all dairy, caffeine, and meats, and eggs, and poultry, and just mostly just you're eating on nuts and fruits.
Yeah.
So I did that for 21 days. The longest I've not had coffee in my life. You'd think that I would maybe be hungry for cheeseburgers or whatever. I was hungry. I couldn't wait to be, complete with that, to have my cup of coffee.
Did that, having me at such a young age, trying to do school, how did that affect all your athletics? How did you have time to be a cheerleader?
So, I was a cheerleader before I was carrying you and had you, and I was not allowed to be a cheerleader after that.
Oh.
So that was heartbreaking, because that was, a lot of people don't think cheerleading is a sport, but to me, I kind of took it as that.
Yeah.
It was like a sport for me, and we were a good squad. We had training from the Lincoln, the Husker cheerleaders taught us.
That's pretty cool.
And we went to Lincoln for, a week of classes and training. And so we were a good squad. There was 8 of us. And so I cheered my freshman year. No, it had been my sophomore year, and then part of my junior year. And then God gave me a wonderful blessing in you. And they had asked me to no longer cheer. So no cheering and no sports my junior year. And I wasn't really into volleyball or basketball.
I was going to say, when did you start playing volleyball?
So, I wasn't really into volleyball my high school much. Did some of it, but sometimes when you're not good enough, you just don't play.
Right.
Yeah. So I didn't do that my senior year. I kind of focused on my studies and you, and I was married, and so my husband at the time, your daddy, but I was lucky enough to have a wonderful support system, and my parents, your dad's parents, grandparents, who would take care of you while I still was able to go to school, get my high school diploma. And I was able to do track. I was able to compete in track and field.
Yeah.
And that was special. They still wanted me to be a young adult. My parents did and supported me with that. And they took, Grandma Pam took care of you. Grandma Jackie took care of you. You were real close to both sets of your grandparents, and they cherished you. But track was I was blessed and was a runner and got MVP that senior year.
That's pretty
Most valuable player.
Yeah,
my team voted me.
Well, it seems like all my parents are real good athletes. My dad was a big rodeo star.
Mm-hmm.
Fred was a big track football star. You were a track star, good cheerleader, and played a lot of volleyball. We started playing volleyball at the bars when we were little.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the fondest memories. Because you take us to what was the bar called? The New Moon, when it used to be owned by our grandparents, which is kind of a cool history. But yeah, and then you just kind of turn us loose with all the school kids my age.
Yeah.
Man, we would run around, play in the sand. We'd never run off. We'd stay on the same block, but oh man, we'd be there all night. Just the funnest memories of my life.
Well, and I didn't go to this bar to drink. I'm alcohol, I went there to make friends and just have some neat friends. And this is after I was divorced and had you and Taylor. And I wanted you to be able to make new friends and have friends. And on a Friday night, I didn't want you to go to a babysitter. I wanted you to be with me because your dad would have you every other weekend. And so my weekend, I wanted to be special. I wanted to be an important part of yours and Taylor's life. So I took you everywhere. And remember when we get to the bar, I'd say, go in, you get a pop in a candy bar, or if you're hungry, a hamburger, and you're not going back in. You're going to stay outside, and you're going to play, and you're going to have fun with your friends. You remember me telling you that? Because I didn't want really the bar scene.
Well, we don't need to be in the bar with a bunch of drunks anyway.
Right. So you go off with your buddies, and you had a lot of friends. Man, Eric, and I trusted you, and it was in that era, is that the word I need to use, where I could, I knew you were safe. And you'd run off and have fun, and I'd be on a team, and we'd play sand volleyball. And then in the winter months, I was on a volleyball team at the YMCA, and you can go swimming, and there was lifeguards, and that was one of your favorite things to do was swim. You're a good swimmer.
That's how we learned to swim, was at that place, just about. We learned how to dive, more importantly.
You'd stay underwater forever. It's just like, are you going to come up for oxygen, son? What are you doing?
Oh, man, I became a fish. Ever since then, I love swimming. I don't swim near as much as I should, but I love it. I'm trying to get Charlotte to do it, but she doesn't understand that you can't breathe underwater. She's like, well, maybe this time I'll be able to breathe underwater. I was like, no, you're never going to be able to breathe underwater.
The only way is if I snorkel, maybe.
Yeah, but she likes to sometimes think she's a bit of a superhero. And I'm not going to tell her she's not. So.
Well, she'll figure that out on her own. Yeah.
That's funny.
So, we had a lot of fun. I made a lot of friends and good friends and I got pretty good at the sport, because there wasn't, you got to have this last name or this type of politics or
was there a
whatever.
Tournament setting? Mm-hmm. Did you ever win any tournaments?
Yeah.
Did you?
My girls team.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, my women's league.
How many was on your squad?
Probably.
Team. What is a volleyball? Is it a volleyball team or a volleyball squad?
I would call it a team.
A team?
I don't get technical with that. They're just my pals, my girlfriends. I think we had, for sure, you have to have 6, but I think we always had 2 extra.
Wasn't there a version of volleyball with 2 players on each side? I see that a lot.
Yes. Yeah.
I see that in the men's.
Yeah. Oh, I like even in the Olympics to watch the women.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness, it's just phenomenal. It's incredible. And I did that one time with a girlfriend. We just get smoked. But I will say,
really?
on the
because you got to fly all over the place.
A man's good spy blocked that one time. And when a man is
Well, when it's
Spike
two
walked
people,
by a woman and it's like, what?
you're flying all over the place. I can't, and I hate running in sand to begin with. So
It is hard.
watching you guys dive
It
in
is so
balls
hard.
on that.
Oh, that's
on
fun.
on the basketball court.
Oh,
though.
that's no.
Like what?
Yeah.
But you don't feel
Well, you
it's
go-
like
you
you
know,
get in
you-
the. It's just like I was talking about the last episode with my buddy. You don't feel any of that.
No.
You don't feel that dive.
But they teach you how to dive,
Yeah.
and then you tuck your head and do a roll, and
Yeah.
you're back up on your
But you're
feet.
not concentrating on what
you're
it's
not
gonna,
getting
this
hurt.
is gonna hurt when I land
They
on
teach you
this
how
court.
to fall. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all in your head. I feel.
And you don't feel it till the next day.
No.
And there's absolutely no way I could play today. I am old and so out of shape.
I went water skiing a couple months ago. Haven't done that in a while. Kicked my ass. First of all, the water was freezing cold. I didn't want anything to do with the water. But I
It's
got brave.
hard.
I got brave. But I got stood up on the skis and it was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe how tired I am, and I'm just holding on to this stupid thing.
Your
All
arms,
I'm
your
doing is
knees,
standing up on the
your
water.
ankles.
Like, this is ridiculous. So I fall and I try to go one more time, and I had no energy. I could barely get back in the boat. I'm 31 years old. That was rough. That was a pretty big awakening. I was like, maybe I am getting old.
Well, I know my age and I know yours, and it's we're still ready to go. We can conquer. My brother-in-law has a boat, so he'll take us out. We don't ski, but we ride this like couch like tube where you can sit in it like a couch.
I think I saw that. Yeah,
And
those
it's
are
a
pretty
hoot.
popular.
Oh man, that's the funnest. That's the most I laughed in my life. And you know me, Eric. When I get to laughing too much, it's bathroom break. But when you're out in the lake, it's like, stop the boat. Like, 'cause I'm riding with my brother-in-law, and he's looking at me like, what's going on? I said, bathroom break. He's like, what? I said, yeah. Because you get to laughing so hard, and it's just a blast.
Yeah.
You don't
if you're
get
in the
too
lake,
tired
you just
from
go,
that,
Just
but
go. Just go pee.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Hey, fishies.
So you're a real big painter. When did you start painting? What inspired you to start doing that? It had to have been at an early age.
Started sketching first with like a charcoal
Oh,
type
really?
and pastels.
I could never do charcoal because it always smeared, and then I'd get it on my
Mm-hmm.
palm, and then I'd touch the paper with my palm, and then I'd get it.
You're a pretty good sketcher.
So whenever I'm sketching, I have to have another piece of paper on top of it so that I'm not dragging my wrist palm across my drawing and smearing everything. It's so frustrating.
It can be.
I haven't
you
drawn anything in a while.
You'll learn to start maybe toward if you're right-handed, up or left,
Yeah,
and
it's
work
kinda
your way
work your
down.
way to the
you know.
bottom, right?
I've learned that. But I kind of got my passion from my cousin Brandy.
Oh,
She is an artist. She teaches, actually. She's a teacher at the Holdridge High School, I think, still. Art. And so I got my passion from that. She introduced me to the pastels and sketching, and I would bet I was probably 7 years old then. And my Aunt Della purchased the products for me, the pastels and the sketch pad, and just kind of go from there. And
did you?
that was
you
one
have
of
to
my
look,
favorite
Did you look at
classes.
something?
I have
Are you
to.
like me and you get your just a copycat, like a printer?
I gotta look at a
I can't.
picture.
Yeah, I can't draw from memory. From my head, I can't do it. But I can look at something. I can draw it pretty good. Like but I can't do anything other than that.
Yeah, I gotta.
So
And they tell you, we'll just go to the sunset, go outside and pick that tree, and sketch from there. I might be able to do.
yeah, but I can't do the details.
But-
So, like I can't remember what the details
Yeah.
look like. What bark looks
Yeah,
like.
go
without
outside,
looking
look,
at
and
it.
come in and do it.
Yeah,
No,
no,
me
I can't do
neither.
that.
I have to
No.
look up
So
pictures, calendars. I did a lot when I was younger. I'd look at calendars, old calendars of. I love to sketch animals.
mhm.
So I just look at a picture and then go from there. And you put your own work into it.
Yeah.
Your own signature.
I remember when you bought me that my first art kit with the pastels. It was like with a professional art kit for like an 8-year-old. I thought that was the coolest thing. I think that might have been the same time I got that cool chemistry science kit thing too. Those are the coolest gifts I've ever had that I
You have a good memory.
can remember. They helped foster my creativity.
That passion, comes down from my dad, who's really creative, and he can do anything. And then I love art. Your dad also, I don't know if you know that, is an artist.
Oh yeah, I knew that. I've seen a couple of his art.
You get it from your family.
Yeah.
So I hoping it passes down to Charlotte.
Oh, absolutely.
Designing her own doll clothes.
Well, in one way or another, if it's not drawing, then it's definitely just building stuff. I mean, she's 5 and she's building picture frames. She's building
designs
outfits
her own
for her dolls. It's incredible. If I could trust her with super glue, I'm sure I probably could, but if I could give her a thing of super glue, I'm sure she'd make all kinds of stuff without, because she likes to use a lot of tape. Tapes everything.
Well, Oma and Papa went shopping for our little grand, and this year when she turns 6, when she opens the gift, she's gonna like it. It's got stickers, tape, double-sided tape.
You know, I found the name of my phobias.
Kinds of neat stuff. Yeah?
Picatanophobia. I can never pronounce it right. It's Picatianophobia. That's what it is. Stupid phobia. What a dumb phobia to be scared of stickers and adhesives and band-aids.
I think that would be one that maybe I would want, because mine is I'm claustrophobic, and so when you
even if I see
can't
a band-aid,
breathe,
I'll see a band-aid in the gutter on the street and I'll walk 20 feet away from it, around it. Where did it come from? Where did that come from?
So like when you do go to the lake and then you camp out, and the next day you go to the bathrooms to take a shower in their showers, and if there's a band-aid in there,
nope,
no shower for you?
No shower for me. Absolutely
You're
not.
gonna stink all day.
No way. Who knows?
I love it. That's kind of sad. Sorry.
I think it'd have like super meningitis AIDS or something on that thing.
Well, your brother is arachnophobic, right? I don't know how to say that. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Arachnophobic.
Yeah.
What a funny word.
Yeah. So this mom was mean, scared him to death with a granddaddy long leg.
Yeah. Do you know those daddy long legs
are so good?
They're actually a subspecies of a brown recluse.
But they can't hurt you because their mouth, I read,
it's a common
so
misconception
tiny.
Is that they're the most poisonous spider in the world, but they just can't. Their
Bite
fangs aren't long enough. But that's not true. That's not actually true. But they are poisonous. But because they're a member of the brown recluse family. That's why they got the brown recluse body, but like the daddy long legs. Because there's a bunch of different daddy long legs, and you got those weird orb spiders. They're just like a little ball. Those, to me, are the original, the OG daddy long legs. And then when I discovered all these other daddy long legs, print the air quotes, I looked them up. I was like, what are these? And yeah, they're a subspecies of brown recluse, and they were everywhere at my job. I mean, you go to the bathroom, you look up, there's 20 of them. It's like, it's just a little uncomforting. They can't hurt you because they're not like the actual big brown recluse that could hurt you, which we also had a million of those things. But there's just a slight difference.
Recluse, you taught me that, hence name recluse. They are scared of us.
Yeah, they're just like little hermit crabs. Just hide away.
So you're saying that a mama shouldn't never throw a little tiny spider on a son that's scared to death of him?
Well, considering what he does to you on a weekly basis, I think it's fair.
You mean on April Fool's Day?
Yeah, what
I think it is fair. All right, it's justified.
Born on April Fool's Day, so naturally he can get away with everything, prank-wise.
Well, almost.
So
yeah, it's his favorite day of the year, and he is a prankin' fool.
It's funny. Well, Mom, thanks for coming on the show. It was fun.
It's wonderful. Thanks for
Which one was your
me.
favorite? I think I already know, but
definitely the butter toffee. Gloria Jean's coffee.
All right, guys, that's the episode. Cold brews. Bit of a different brew, but it's still a brew. Take it easy. Cheers.